YouTube, what up, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Antonio Wang, and if this is your first time here, I welcome you as I talk about my personal style, give you a few tips here and there, but overall, I just want to have fun with it. Now, 2021 has brought us a myriad of amazing sneakers, including colorways and silhouettes from the likes of Jordan Brand, Nike, Adidas, etc. But I'm actually not here to cover the industry giants, but more so an outlier, specifically the most recent collaboration between ALD and as well as New Balance. So check this out. Let's go ahead and dive into the quality and also the quality control of this shoe, right? Because I've been seeing a lot of friends, a lot of YouTubers, you know, show their pairs of, you know, the sneakers that they got retail directly from the company's site, yada yada yada, and you can see glue stains, tearing, you know, just like weird, irregular, pretty much terrible QC. But looking at the 550 from New Balance, and by the way, this took about 4 weeks to arrive to me. So yeah, they better have done a great, you know, all that time, whether you had to place an order with whatever factory, I'm sure there was more than enough time to do a perfect QC. And going around the lateral and medial side, and do not see any signs of glue stains. Stitching is immaculate. Paint is very good, and on top of that, there's really nothing else any cons in terms of the quality. I believe that they use genuine leather. I won't say it's like top tier quality, but it's not cheap. So New Balance, thank you so much for doing an awesome job on your QC, because you know, at times like this, you know, I know everybody, I know at the end of the day, it's a business, and you have to get your product you have to get your product out as fast as possible. But to do it in an ethical way and to provide your customers with exceptional quality, I think is, you know, to do it like this at such a high standard, it really helps set the tone and helps me in making a choice on whether or not I'm gonna make another purchase or be a lifetime customer. You know what I mean? In terms of details, the details here are really good. Like you have this nice little contrasting with the green leather here, and as well as the perforation around both the heel and the ankle portions of the shoe. And I guess what really caught my eye, and it's really trendy, don't get me wrong, it's extremely trendy, but the whole vintage thing, they were able to just give it this vintage yellow stain here on the midsole, which in my opinion is a nice touch to the shoe. And yeah, I now that I'm looking at it here, if this were pure white, I think the shoe would be less appealing. So they did right by, you know, staining this a certain color. And just keeping the whole concept of earth tones, that's like ALD's like whole vibe. Just beautiful, beautiful. And then the detailing that we have along the tongue of the shoe to let them know that it is a big collab. Don't sleep. If you did, I'm sorry. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on over to the comfort and the sizing of the shoe. It will be biased, as I've only walked around in the house with the shoes and I have not worn them out formally or, you know, for several hours on end. So take this with a grain. Got a plane, decides to fly over the house. Sounds like a stunt plane. Freaking MacGyver. From the initial step, or even just placing my foot in the shoe, it does fit quite well. It has a medium width, it's not very narrow, it's not too wide. So like I said, I've only walked around a little bit, right? But so far, these sneakers were not stiff at all. They were very kind upon the initial wear. And you know, sometimes there's like a break-in period for certain types of shoes, and if you guys own like a pair of Doc Martens, a pair of Birkenstocks, there is a generous break-in period, and you know, you'll get there when you get there until it forms to the shape of your foot, and all those other cool little perks that come with that. But with these, they fit perfectly. They feel good. I wouldn't say that they're the most comfortable pair of sneakers that I own. That crown would go to the 993. Goated, in my book, most comfortable shoes I've ever owned. Extremely comfortable, like I said, upon initial wear. They fit well. The flexibility is certainly there. It's not super rigid. And I'm also flat-footed, so it did not feel uncomfortable for me at all. It's just a great fitting shoe overall, and if I were to give it a score out of 10, probably give it a high 7, 7.5. Also, I thought something notable to mention would be that this collab is not part of the Made collection. The Made collection is actually made in the USA, where New Balance sources 70% or more, if they can, of their materials domestically here in the US. The shoe is still constructed finely. Oh, and I definitely forgot to mention this before ending the first take. Please enjoy this segment where I style these puppies right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section below if you are vibing with the sneaker at all. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, this style of content. And if not, that's okay. Go ahead and leave a dislike because I'm fair. That's a possibility.